people talk to me about, oh, but don't you have PTSD? Or it's so horrible, how do you do this stuff? I think they're framing it wrong, because if you've never done this, you don't know the honor and privilege it is to meet with people under those circumstances and be able to tell their story. They are giving me a gift. And these are people that I am still in contact with today. And it's so odd to meet with them, because on one hand they see me and right away it's, oh my God, it's that guy from the worst day of my life. And at the same time, but it's the guy who spoke for my son or daughter and told their story and made sure their story got out. And that's what's driven it all along. The honesty and the rawness of what you get from people in those circumstances is unmatched. That's why I became a reporter, and that's all I ever wanted to do was those stories. I'm 67. I've done this for a long time. I'm still healthy. There's other things I'd like to do with my wife and travel. From a strictly professional point of view, it was the realization, I knew a year ago that I wanted this to be my last year, so I set myself some professional targets. I got them all. I got all the stories that I wanted done to get done. I did interview the young girl from Evan Hardy. I was able to get to the bottom of the suspended police officers and the backyard party story. I was able to finish off the Megan Gallagher story. You know, one of the things about working in news and telling stories is so often you don't know how the story is going to end. You start a story and you're thinking, I hope I can come to a good pithy ending that wraps it up with a bow and makes people smile. I had the wherewithal to realize my story was at the end. I had found the end of my story and I got to write it. I got to close off all the chapters and checked all the boxes and leave. I will be so sad when I go, because this has been such a huge part of my life and I love the job. I still love the job and I could still do it. I just don't want to, and I don't have to. So I get to call my shot. I get to point to the stands and see that hanging curve coming, and I get to hit it and tip my hat and walk around the bases and leave smiling at all my friends.